Hello everybody, this is watermelondallon and I'm back with another video. Today, I'll be covering yet another Windows 10 tool, and this tool allows you to optimize the performance of your disk drive. So before we get into the video, I just want to say a little bit on how your files is being placed into your hard disk. So just imagine a sheet of paper, a blank piece of paper. When you start writing, you are writing from the top to the bottom, right? So how it works is that when you place in a file, your first file will be at the top and then followed by a subsequent file. Let's say roughly in the middle, you removed a small file, okay, and on day 2, you add a larger file. Well, when you remove the small files, it frees up space. So the larger file, it tries to fill up that free up space, and when it fills up completely, you realize that there's still sections left in the larger file, so it will probably end up somewhere else in your hard drive. So over time, when this process keep happening, you realize that your files is harder to reach, because when your mechanical hard drive spins, it takes a longer time for it to find where are all the different fragments of your files. So today we'll talk about a solution on how to make sure that our disks have a faster performance. So we'll talk about what is defragmentation. So defragmentation is the process of reducing the degree of fragments. So what does it do? It physically organizes all your files together, and it will take up all the free space and put it all together into one larger region. So that's how defragmentation works. So when do you do defragmentation? So you do defragmentation when you realize that your disk is having a very slow performance, or lately you have been doing a lot of creation of files, a lot of deletion of files. So please do not do defragmentation on SSD drive. I'll explain in a bit why. So this is just a short picture on what is the difference between a HDD drive and a SSD drive. It's just a picture on how the two different drives look, and I'll cover in a future video on the advantage and disadvantage of SSD and HDD. So why do you not do defragmentation on a SSD drive? Well, you do not do defragmentation on SSD drive. Number 1, SSD drive does not have any moving parts. So because it does not have any moving parts, accessing data, regardless of where it's being placed, it can get the data at roughly about the same speed. So it doesn't really matter if you do not do defragmentation on the drive. But the main reason why you should not do defragmentation on the drive is because SSD drive have a lifespan on how many times you can write and rewrite a file. Over time, your chip will actually wear and tear, and your SSD drive will not work anymore. So it has a shorter lifespan than a HDD drive in terms of writing and removing files. So that if you were to do defragmentation, it does a lot of that. So therefore, over time, you may actually destroy your SSD drive. Now for a HDD drive, it's different. It has moving parts, and your hard disk needs to be moving for your data to be displayed. So to get your data, if your data are organized properly, you can get your data much faster. And since it's not broken into so many different fragments and placed all over the hard disk drive, the amount of time to get the data is way faster than having your files scattered all around the hard disk. So I have been rambling on too much. Let's just get right into how it works. So first, this is my external hard disk drive, and I'm gonna do a defragmentation on it. So how do we start? We just right click, we go to properties, okay, properties, And then in properties, I'll cover more of all the other things in the properties in time to come. So this is the properties that show you the number of the name, the amount of space you have. So what you need to do is go to tools, and then look at the second option, which is this. Okay, so optimize and defragment drive, just click optimize. Okay, after which just select this. Okay, after you select this, just press either if you want to analyze the drive, you analyze it, else just click optimize. Okay, so I'm gonna click optimize. Okay, now we'll just have to let this optimize the drive. Okay, as you can see, first it did analyzing of the drive, and then after that it went to do defragmentation on the drive, and then after that it does consolidating. So now it's 0% consolidating. After about 2 to 3 minutes, it's finally 1% consolidated. Hello everybody, I'm back. So after about 10 minutes, this thing pop up. So this means that it is already done. So if it says 0% fragmented, that basically means that what it did was it fragmented my drive for me, and at this status is 0%. And for the running, you realize that you have placed the date that it run on. So I hope that this video have helped you understand the process of defragmentation and how to optimize your drive. So thanks so much for watching, and see you in my next video.